And we're back. Hello and welcome to the Hypertrophy Odyssey chapter 43. Yes, it is 43. It is Thursday, aka Vampire Killer Day. Today we are changing it up a little bit and we are going off to the, not the best in the area, but the second best in the area, which means I got a time limit. So that means I got to get through this workout like there is no tomorrow because I don't want to pay $7. But anyway, today it is Thursday, which means that we are going to be discussing something near and dear to my heart, Feliz. Now, some of you may or may not follow me on Twitter. Some of you may or may not follow me on Instagram. My Twitter is the old internet account, which will not be disclosed here because I want to keep that life separate, but I may make a Twitter account for this channel. On my Instagram, I've occasionally posted it. Usually every once in a while. Please go, you're looking at your phone. Okay. Every once in a while, I will post a video and or frequency or a picture of a redheaded anime girl whose name is Asuka, where she is saying Feliz Jueves. Now, Feliz Jueves is what is essentially a meme that was made up by a bunch of people on the internet where the character, for some reason, says Feliz Jueves out of nowhere. The reason why I like to post it every Thursday is because, one, I do like Thursday as a day. Thursday is a great day because it's the preamble for the weekend, you know. Friday is the first day of the weekend almost, you know. You can really see it. I feel like Thursday is that moment, like you're about to reach the peak of the roller coaster. Then it's Friday and then it's like whoa, and then the weekend. So basically, personally for me, I like the entire idea of the meme, one, and two, she is the best character in that entire show realistically, and this will be my time that I'll talk about a little bit about Evangelion. Neon Genesis Evangelion is a animated show that only runs 26 episodes, which is one of the best animes I've ever seen in my entire life. It is at first a giant robots fighting monsters show, but in reality it is much deeper than that. The show creator, while he writing it, apparently was going through like major life crisis, depression and stuff, so he was basically writing his soul into the show and into the manga. Great overall show. The messaging is very interesting. There's a lot of symbolism using like Christianity and the 12 chakras and all these other things that go in between all of the messaging in the show. It gets very complex very quickly, and every character has its own complexities and all these other like small imperfections that make them feel like real people and stuff. It's a great show. If you look at it on the surface though, it really just looks like robots fighting monsters. But when you look down deeper into it, it's about, spoiler alert, if you really want to get into the entire show, it's about becoming one with Mother and being reborn into a new world, basically. That's half the show. And then accepting one's faults and trying to become a better person from it. That's an entire 2 episodes where the main character goes through a mental crisis trying to figure out why he's so depressed and also feels so alone even though he's surrounded by a bunch of people. There's a lot to learn in that show, especially the last 2 episodes. If you watch them with no context, or if you watch them throughout without knowing that there's an entire movie explaining kind of what happens, kind of strange. It's a strange 2 episodes to go out on because they kind of come out of nowhere and then it ends abruptly and then you're like, oh, okay. Then all of a sudden you're like, all right, you're kind of lost. But then if you watch the movie, it explains the in between what happens there and there, you know. So I kind of get it. I hate that, but I also love that there's an actual explanation instead of an ending that doesn't actually have an ending. See Metal Gear Solid 5. We'll have that discussion another time. To go back a little bit, I like the Feliz Jueves meme mostly because it's just become a very weird and hilarious meme to me personally. I love all the remixes people do about it, you know, all the songs that they attach it to, all the dancing Asuka clips and stuff. It's just great personally. I don't know why. I think it's something to make it a little bit broader than just Feliz Jueves. I think thinking about it in a broader context, I think memes are something that, well, okay, I don't want to get too into this part because this is a certain section, but basically memes are some of the last forms of art that are available because most people can get it. I think there is something simplistic about saying Feliz Jueves as a meme, but but yet you're not saying anything too crazy, and most people will get it if you just say that, because by itself the term is just saying Happy Thursday, because it's such a like grim and like depressing show, and there's so many things that happen. If you know the character, her character in the show, she goes through a lot too. She's the coolest character, but she also has to go through some of the worst stuff in the entire show. It's just funny to hear like the juxtaposition of, hey, Happy Thursday, you know, something about that, or Feliz Jueves. So I think personally, when it comes down to memes in general and how they are some of the last forms of true art that they're available, there's something just funny to be said about like general broad appeal of something like that. I could show this meme to most people, and some people will get it, some people won't, and that's understandable. It's not the best of memes, obviously. It's just it's for people who've watched the show. But I think when it comes down to it, I like the messaging of just Happy Thursday, because why not? One, and two, it's just funny to me. There are things that I find very funny that probably most people don't find funny, I think, but that's just humor. I personally don't understand it fully. I don't know why it's in Spanish and why it's Thursday. Personally, I have no idea the actual origins of it, but I find it very funny. I love memes like that are just so kind of random, but kind of like, I guess they're joyful. There you go. They're very joy-filled, and I like that. So that's just me. Maybe I'm just a jolly person, who knows? But yeah, I think that's what I'll say about Feliz Jueves. Maybe I'll a introduction of how it started and all that other stuff afterwards, because it's a different meme, so I have to figure out why it started. Maybe go into the show a little bit more, because yeah, it's a great show. Would highly recommend anybody watching it. It's very short too. 26 19-minute episodes. Very short, and then a movie that's like an hour and a half long. Movie is excellent as well. So like, it really does tie it all together. So on that, I will see you on the inside. In this first clip, we start with neck curls and preacher curls. This is the first time I've ever used a standing preacher curl station, so this was an experience. I actually liked it a little bit more than the regular style where you seated and stuff. I actually liked it a lot more, honestly. I don't know if I like it for neck curls. It felt a little weird. I had to like move my body a little bit in a weird way. But anyways, I now wanted to take this time to discuss a little bit of a history of a meme, as I found out after some Googling and some Reddit reading. So I found this comment about 3 years ago. It is related to a very common practice in Latin America. Boomers usually take Google pictures of cute TV characters like the Looney Tunes and edit them to write things like Dios te bendiga, God bless you, or Feliz cumpleaños, happy birthday. This is usually seen as a very cheap way of showing love to someone. The meme originated when one of this edit was made with a picture of Asuka in an iconic scene where she discovers her dead mother. The picture read something like, Vengo corriendo a decirte un feliz jueves. I come running to wish you a happy Thursday. The meme went viral, and then Asuka's actress Gina Sanchez, in Spanish, also said Feliz Jueves during a live stream. So after finding all of this out, I have to say it's hilarious finding out the origin of this, mostly because I think as a Hispanic, you sometimes encounter these types of GIFs. They're very much reminiscent of Facebook. For some reason, they just remind me of Facebook things, you know? I feel like if any of you know older Hispanic people, you've seen these, you've come across these randomly. I don't know why, but they're just so popular. And I think the fact that it comes from something like that is even funnier. It makes it even better. It's just too funny. And then also knowing the show, and as the guy said, knowing that this scene where they're pulling this from is such a fucking terrible scene. It like literally is like the worst moment of her life and affects her for the rest of her life. It makes it even worse, but even better at the same time. It's like a contrast of something completely dark being taken out of context into something completely different and making it something very bright. It's very interesting and hilarious, I think. To interrupt the memes a moment, I will say this behind the neck press has been great for my upper back. It has helped a lot with the rhomboid issue I've been having, so I don't need to do the reverse pec deck, so much better. There is something to be said, but wait, before I continue, I have to say I'm jamming out to the guitar here. I think I'm playing a Hanger 18 here on the air guitar. But anyway, so I think there's something to be said about the broader, like, appeal of certain things that when taken out of context, you can kind of make it your own, if that makes any sense. But for something like this, where if you don't have any context, it's just a cute girl running. But if you actually know what's happening in the show, it's terrible because it's just a terrible scene, obviously. And I think there is something funny that where the juxtaposition of such a dark thing being reimagined into something funny and lighthearted. But it's also kind of nice in a way where it can be transformed into something lighthearted and also like beautiful in a way where it doesn't necessarily have to have the same meaning as it did before. Also finding out that the Spanish voiceover actress for Asuka played into the joke as well, it makes it even funnier. So it's like one of those things where even the people that are a part of whatever art or group or project you see is in on the meme, and it kind of makes it a little bit better. It's not always the best though when that happens, but when it's something like this, like a voiceover person or something like that, it's pretty funny. Solid Snake, or aka David Hayter, always does stuff like that, so it's usually great when he does it. Like he'll say random in the voice of Snake. Right here, I'm doing the calf raises on this day because they have the great calf machine, and I was deciding, screw it, I need to get these in because they are great and I need to get it done. I'll also take this moment to call myself out here where I don't put the phone down until halfway through the set, which is such a rookie / what are you doing type of mentality. I messed up there royally. I probably should have focused on it way more than holding onto my phone that entire time. Very annoyed with myself there. Only did 2 sets of dumbbell rows, which was annoying, but that was just because my right hip started hurting randomly, which was very strange. I was not a fan of that. To close out this entire section of this entire voiceover, I think I want to just say one thing about this meme. And that is that I love this meme. I will continue to post it. I find it very funny and also lighthearted, and I love the lightheartedness of it. I think I am a jolly guy in general. Also, the weight just fell over here, which sucked when that happened. Super annoying. This bench was super wobbly. But anyways, yeah, I will say I will probably keep posting it. It is such a random thing to make an episode about, but it brings such joy every Thursday to me that I can't not share it with the world. And it's so simple, but yet so stupid and great. There's something to be said that because of my Hispanic roots, I kind of get the meme as well, so it kind of helps. Now time for a small story on its own. This exit was closed last time. If it fucks me again, I'm gonna be so fucking pissed. Alright, no whammies, no whammies, no whammies. Let's see.
Please drive.
Yes! And it really was a Feliz Jueves. Thank God. And we're back. Welcome to the workout debriefing. Exercises not filmed. None. Exercises skipped. A lot. I don't know if I can fit through here. I can't fit through here. Son of a bitch. Wait, can I? Alright, exercises skipped. We actually have a few. Pec deck front and back, and also farmer's carries. Couldn't do them today, only because didn't have enough time. I actually am meeting up Walter right now, so I had to leave that, and also I needed to make sure that I didn't get ticketed for $7 fucking at the damn machine over there for parking. I was like, alright, let me just get out of here as soon as possible, which I did. And now I didn't do those, but I plan on doing them tomorrow because I did calves today because I wanted to do it here while they had the good machine. So a little out of place, but it is what it is. It wasn't going to affect any other body part, and I can do that other stuff tomorrow, and it's not that huge of a deal anyway because I don't hit chest at all or anything like that. So we should be good to go. So anyway, to go back a little bit to what we were discussing earlier, I actually ended up getting on Twitter for like a second while at the gym and seeing the Feliz Jueves meme come up on my Twitter timeline, which was great, honestly. Seeing it again made me realize how much joy it sparks in my life, weirdly. It's just such a stupid little joke that happens once a week that I just get a laugh at, you know, a little giggle, a little smirk, you know. It is what it is. I don't know if it's just like my personality or something like that, where I like small little jokes that just happen to happen every once in a while, or like repeatable things over and over again. I guess it's like a reference. Obviously, it's a reference. Memes are references. They're inside jokes for a reason, but that's a whole whole other discussion. But this particular meme always tickles me pink. It also could be because I'm Hispanic, so it's even funnier. I'll take this time to ask, are there any memes that you like that are random, that you understand and or are just kind of like, okay, but you find it super funny for some reason or another, or are memorable in any sort of way or particular to you? What is happening right now? Who's honking? Okay, that was fucking weird. Let me know in the comments below if you've personally seen the Feliz Jueves joint. Or if you haven't, if you've seen me post it, what have you thought about it? Because it is kind of weird to kind of post, but then, you know, now that I've explained it a little bit in detail, I hope you'd understand. Or if you have any memes that spark joy in you, there's that as well. I think there is something about it that just sparks a little bit of like, all right, this is gonna be a good day type of deal to me every time I see it. Every time I don't see it, the Jueves isn't as feliz, you know what I mean? And that's how I feel about it a lot. But anyways, thank you very much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate you watching. I'm gonna be back on tomorrow. I will see you on the next one. Thank you very much for watching. Peace.